feel like we can get started early. Scarlett's not going to be here tonight, so we have quorum. All right, you ready? Recording? Okay. All right, good evening, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get this meeting started. This is the Village of Biscayne Park Planning and Design Review Board meeting for Monday, April 1st, 2024. It's now 6:28. Do the roll call. Edward Leyva. Here. David Gruen. Here. Gage Hartung, I'm here, as well as Nisha Thomas from the building department, the village. Scarlett is not here, and she did send a notice. I'll take a motion to
excuse Scarlett.
second. Okay, Ed, David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, she's excused. All right, so we'll go to the residents that are here. First will be 5A, 510 Northeast 119th Street, revisions of permit property holdings LLC. All right. Whoever that is, you can actually go up to the microphone, please. Is the chain link across the front?
The wood gates across the front from the side of the house to the setback. And then from that corner on each side to the rear in fence, and then in the rear with fence. So from the street, you'll see wood.
And the wood fence is also going to be 4 feet high?
The wood fence will do 6 feet high.
Okay, because it doesn't, I mean, let's make sure. Does anybody else see? I mean, I'm just want to make sure it's denoting that the front,
Doesn't have,
it doesn't say anything about the wood fence.
it does,
It
not the height.
should.
It says gate on the big green box. Gates connecting fence to house will be made of wood horizontal slats.
Okay.
It doesn't reference the height.
Okay. And then is there horizontal slats? So,
Well, actually, so it says in the red box above that says permanent fence on
I think That's
existing.
the original. So I
Oh,
think
okay,
that's what
6
they're
foot fence
revising
and
is
2
the big green box.
Yeah.
okay. So as far as the horizontal slats go, do you have a design for it or anything? Like,
I was gonna do just 1x4s or 1x6s spaced, very close together. There is a pool in the back, so.
and have any gaps?
Exactly.
So it's got to be like board on board almost,
Oh,
basically.
Okay, that's a code that you want to
That's
see?
a,
Okay.
there's a letter from the Miami-Dade.
It's not.
Basically, if you have a pool, it can't have any gaps.
Okay,
And it came down, there's a Miami-Dade.
Department of Health code.
Like, interpretation of the code that we go by.
okay,
But basically, it's to prevent anybody from climbing over and getting into your pool.
okay,
So if you do horizontal fence, there can't be any gaps. And so the chain link is just around the perimeter and across the back.
correct.
Got it.
And I did have some questions of the chain link because your code is much more stringent than Miami-Dade code for the chain link fence, where Miami-Dade code, I think, requires a 2 1/4 opening, where your code requires a 2-inch opening and then also slats where in the fence, whereas the Miami-Dade code does not require that. And I spoke to the Pedro, I think is the chief, about that, and he asked me to just bring it up and kind of just make sure it is your code. I just want to make sure it's correct and intentional, because it is much more stringent than what Miami-Dade has as their code.
Yeah, so I mean, we are allowed to be more stringent than Miami-Dade. I mean, that's our onus, but I mean, it's just a standard chain link fence. I mean, it's a pretty standard mesh. I don't know.
Well, it's just, your mesh is
Heard
smaller.
of a reference to actually the size of the chain link?
Either have I until I started studying this issue, coming back for the revision, but your size of your mesh is it's requiring 2-inch, where I think standard for Miami-Dade County is 2 1/4, but that's not a big deal. The expensive item on your code is really the slats, where you're requiring that every mesh, is requiring vertical slats around the perimeter of the yard, whereas the Dade County fence is not requiring.
Yeah,
any
but I
s-
think that's only when it's in reference to if the fence isn't, facing a right of way, meaning an existing fence. I think they passed that code recently, like in the last couple of years, because of the fact that there was existing chain link fences that face the right of way, and they were just saying that it has to have if you're gonna do it, it has to have a certain.
I found it in an ordinance that didn't specify anything regarding, it actually was in an ordinance under swimming pools where it says the perimeter, and I'm not 100%, this is completely up to date, but this is what I found is that the perimeter fence or wall should be constructed of concrete block, wood, PVC metal, or 2-inch chain link galvanized wire with top rail, and then underlined is and slats fastened at the top or bottom.
Something.
I've never,
I'm looking at section.
2021-07.
No, our code is 11.6, fences, walls, and hedges. And that's where it defines what type of fences are permitted, where you can have chain link versus where you cannot. And under like chain link discussion, it's nothing about size of the opening or having.
yeah, I mean,
Can I show you what I,
2-inch, no, it does 11.9.3 under swimming pools.
that's what I'm looking
Perimeter
at.
fences shall construct of concrete block, wood, PVC, metal, or 2-inch chain link. Chain link.
And then it goes on regarding the slats. And that is a very expensive item, the slats, surprisingly. So
Where's the reference to slats, please?
if you continue on 11.9.3, again, I'm not sure if I'm looking at the most recent code. It's just something I pulled online. I can show you kind of what I have.
With top rail and slats.
Yes.
fastened at the top.
Yes.
Galvanized wire with top rail and slats fastening at the bottom, top or bottom.
And I think that
I know I'm reading it, but I just don't see top rail and slats fastened at the top. Or and slats. I don't know. I don't know what that reference is to.
I think the concept is that it fills the gap of the mesh so no one can get a toe hold and kind of get over the fence is the point of the slats.
That's supposed to be if it's facing like a practice nuisance situation where it's like where a kid can walk up to see and then fly over.
But there's a comma there. So it says or 2-inch chain link, comma, galvanized wire with top rail and slats. So to me, it's almost referring to two different materials.
Yeah.
It's saying chain link, comma, or wire, galvanized wire, which is not even actually allowed in our code because if you go back to our fence, it basically says that the only metal fence is really, wire fence is chain link. It doesn't say anything about any other type of, thing. But we're not, so the question is, we're not gonna require you to put slats
Okay,
around the perimeter of your property for the chain link fence.
that's what I wanted
Yeah.
to just verify
No.
verbally.
Yeah,
And are we okay with, it says 2 inches, are we okay with the fact that Miami-Dade, one might be a lot easier to source is 2 1/4?
2 1/4.
Me, I don't see a difference between the two, and
I
if one
don't-
is very
I
easy to
think-
source versus one is a custom thing,
I,
that doesn't make sense to me.
again, I've,
It's never come up.
this is the first time this has come up and
That's,
all the
that's
time
what
that,
Pedro told me. I don't know
Yeah.
why me, but
yeah. So, we've never had an issue with putting a fence
Frankly,
around.
most people.
I
that
really-
read-
I mean, you're.
I
you're-
know,
you're-
I am legally trained also, so I read
Yeah.
all the details.
I would say motion to approve chain link fence at either 2 inches or 2 1/4.
Or just chain link fence. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think,
So motion to approve revision to chain link fence.
I'm more concerned about the woods
The
with the
wood-
gaps in
I-
the front, you know.
I'll make sure that's,
You
yes,
just-
self-closing, self-latching.
Yeah, so Edward already seconded, but motion to approve revision for sides to chain link.
Just no gaps in the wood, please.
No gaps on the front
And just one question about the color of the chain link. Can that be just the steel color, a black or a green, or is there a preference?
It's back in the back of the property. I don't have a personal problem. Or I don't think the code calls
Yeah.
out a,
Code doesn't say. so.
Okay,
doesn't.
Did we vote or are we just?
Hold on.
Motion.
Waiting for you to second.
I sec, oh, you amended you amended something?
I had to say it again.
No, I second your amended motion.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's interesting because if you even look at the code, it does say decorative inserts, privacy sites are not permitted.
that's interesting.
Under under our fence code, which doesn't seem like there might be a little conflict with, whatever that wordage is, in the pool section, but I have a first, I have a second, all in favor, say aye, aye. Okay, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, next would be 5B, 620 Northeast 119th Street, 116th Street, I'm sorry. Tile re-roof, Alexander Rubin.
Tile or metal?
Hmm?
Metal?
Replacing,
Tile re-roof, it says tile re-roof.
File says metal re-roof, that's why I'm asking. Yeah, so the permit app says replace with new metal.
So is this something that we've already approved?
It should have been resubmitted for the.
Yeah,
tile.
we originally were gonna do a tile roof on this house. I'm with the roofing contractor to replace the roof. However, requirement to extend the eaves of the roof for metal roofing was brought up. So we're switching from a metal roof replacement back to a tile re-roof, like it currently has a tile roof on it now.
Okay. And what is the tile? The
The tile's gonna be a flat, dark charcoal tile,
black concrete? Okay.
black concrete, yeah.
Is there a revised? permit app
We
then?
did
Does the
submit
permit
a
app
new,
still says-
actually, we were required to submit a new permit application.
Maybe it's in there.
yeah, it starts at
Oh,
page
both.
65 and it has the tile and the color. 65 or 64 or 70.
There it is, yeah.
Is there a permit app? I
65.
see the color. Where's the revised permit app? It's the only one at the beginning is still calling for metal.
I have a copy of it here.
That's the application with the,
This is the application with the remove existing roof and replace with new tile roof.
So would you like to have a copy or would you upload it?
We've uploaded all this already. I can give you a copy today if you need it, but, or this is the original notarized copy.
just give her a second to
Sure.
look it up. But as far as the charcoal flat tile roof,
Yeah, yeah, just want to make sure the app is updated, but.
are you guys gonna make a motion? or you wait for her to
Uh,
Respond back.
Make a motion to approve, assuming that there's a revised permit app available.
Second.
Okay, Ed and David, all in favor, say aye, aye. Okay, just, what do you have there? You did? Okay, we're good. All right, thank you.
Thank
Very good.
you.
Thank you.
Select. All right, did 665 Northeast 120th Street come in? Nope. Okay.
No, I think she has it. I think she confirmed it's in the system.
It's in the system.
Yep. sounds good.
Thank you. All right, next would be 5D 910 Northeast 119th Street, metal re-roof, Trevor LaForge. All right. We looked at this last week. I think we just needed that one sheet, which was the 4.5 by 6.5. And it's Dove Gray. And any questions from the board?
Motion to approve, second.
Okay, David, Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thanks.
You're good.
I like
Thank
your
you, sir.
canoe. I like your canoe.
Thank you, sir. Uh-huh. Next will be 5E 967 Northeast 117th Street, windows and doors sub-permit. PRBP 2, okay?
This one just missing a schedule last time or something? 17th Street. What was it last time that he didn't have? He didn't have a schedule, a floor plan.
I think they didn't have the dimensions.
No, I remember it didn't have typically we need a floor plan, tell us which window is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a schedule.
Mhm.
He didn't have a floor plan.
It should be there. The architect submitted it.
Along with the other drawings, there's lots here.
Yeah.
You just uploaded recently, I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom.
It's 132, it starts, 131.
Yeah, 134 seems to be the front one.
Okay.
And then there's a schedule.
You want me to read, or you want to read off numbers and I'll tell you
Sure.
what they are?
I mean, if you look at the front elevation, I think it's pretty
All
self-explanatory.
Casement or,
They're all pretty much casements or outswings or one horizontal slider. I mean, if you-
there's a
I mean-
second elevation that faces the right of way on 10th. See the
Clear stories and
elevation.
fixed.
Motion to approve?
Second,
Okay, Ed, David, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
thank you.
Thank
Motion
you.
carries. You're good, sir. Thank you. Okay. I don't think 1008 or 1065 is here. So next will be 5H 1114 Northeast 117th Street, gravel driveway, Macho Bravo.
I don't know what, this is old business, so you were here before. I'm not sure what we looked at last time.
I did not provide the type of border and gravel.
The only thing is now there's a sketch in here where you're not, you're not going out to the street.
I just realized that, yeah.
It's supposed to go out to the,
On the first one that I submit, it was all
it
the
has it,
way.
yeah, just when you have like red lines, right?
Right.
So there's on page 8, it looks like it goes out to the street.
Yeah, I guess that was the
And
original.
the little drawing does not show that. So it's a brick pavers,
Correct.
and then what is the gravel?
It's the,
Is there a picture of it?
Or is it just from the sheet that got sent?
well, I did not provide the picture, but it will be like the penny size, gray gravel. I think it's
Is
called
there-
penny.
Is there
something.
any kind of identification of this?
Yeah, is it listed here or described here anywhere or?
On the last one, I think I wrote it on the sheet, no?
Just see brick pavers.
No, like on the actual application.
Gravel driveway? Let me look.
Remove 4-inch line. What I'm looking at doesn't have any.
Not there?
Just
Oh.
describes the scope of the work, not the gravel type.
And the brick pavers, how thick are they gonna be?
It will be 4x6.
So, we've been, the building official asked us to start requiring or requesting actual pictures of the gravel. Just because when the inspectors go out
Yeah,
to inspect it,
possible
that with a name and with kind of like a vague description, they're not really sure, and, they want to make sure that they're, because the code is very clear as far as the color and the size and the type.
Sure.
And so when I did get a request from the building official that we become a little bit more,
So I
Um,
should submit the
so
picture
like
of
a,
it?
like a picture from the catalog or whatever that has a picture of it with the name, so they can actually identify it when they go to do their inspection. So,
Got
The only other thing is what you highlighted and what the code calls for is 16 inches wide parallel to the road and 8 inches wide along the three edges. So,
Four, I guess. The sides are 4. The little insert says 8, but the code says 4.
oh, okay. So the 4x6s isn't a problem for the sides then.
but
At the road,
but 16, it has to be, at
You
the-
have to have multiple layers of the barrier.
you understand?
Kind of.
So you have to have the border that goes around, it can be 4 inches around the perimeter, but along the street, it has to be 16 inches. You
Okay.
have to do 2 levels of pavers,
Three,
you know,
they're 6 inches.
or 6 inches, okay, so
Yeah.
3. So, so yeah, so you have 2 things. You have to detail out the dimensions for us and then also provide us the information on
The picture.
the color of and the selection of the
And
the
also
gravel.
identify the setback. So when you resubmit, redraw this, taking it out to the road, obviously, right? Put a little dimension here that shows 30 inches minimum. You need to be 30 inches away from your property line. And then make sure you put a dimension that says this will be 16 inches wide, and these sides will be at least 4 inches, even more, but minimum 4 inches wide. These 3 sides, 16 inches wide on that side, which will be up here on the street. 30 inches. Yeah, and depending on what paver you're using, it just needs to be 16. You want to revise that and then include a picture of the gravel. Well, motion to table pending revised drawing and gravel sample.
Second.
Okay, Ed, David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, motion carries the table.
So basically, yeah, we put it on hold for now until you resubmit. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, next will be 5I, 11701 Northeast 9th Avenue, temporary chain link fence, the chap design. 11701? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I think the question on this one, and hold on,
Yes.
was it needs to go back to the house.
Yes, all perimeters.
Yes,
Yes.
but it doesn't show that on this drawing.
No, because the last week you have the wrong design, only for the front and the return. And normally I submit 4 line red and 6 feet inch higher.
But is it?
6 feet, 6
I
feet
only, I'm
higher.
only seeing in the Dropbox,
If you
the,
want to look here.
Yeah.
So the issue that we had before is that it doesn't have a continuation from here back to the existing fence or here. No,
last
so
week?
this is the last piece that's the only one that we have in the system unless unless she has a different one. But that's why we had from here to here was an issue and from there to there was an issue. Yeah, if it's in the system, then we can approve it, no problem.
Email it or you upload it? No, I'm saying, did you email it or upload?
that it? So the new drawing shows it all the way around and 2 big gates. So you can actually probably see it from where you're sitting because it's pretty bold red. It goes all the way around.
So motion to approve?
Thank you, David, Ed,
Second.
David, Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, motion carries. You're good, sir. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
All right, next would be 6A, well, 511 Northeast 119th Street, installation of wooden fence, Daniel Saban, Ingrid Saban. Hi. Thank you. Okay, so you have, issue in two spots?
Meaning,
Yeah, so the fence is not allowed to go, you're on a corner lot, so you have some latitude on one side or the other.
yes,
But the fence is not allowed to go between the front of the house and the street. Even though it's on the side,
There's an existing fence around the whole house.
yes.
yeah, I know there's like a chain link in
Yeah.
the one side,
All,
All,
all around.
all
the-
around.
The corner.
but that's probably non-conforming.
Just letting you know there's chain link.
I know the house, but I'm just saying it's probably considered
So-
non-conforming now until it has to be changed.
If I
So
can
the
explain.
new fence, the 5 feet, has to stop at the front of the house and can't go further on one side or the other, basically, but you are allowed to go out a little bit further on, I would say like the Fifth Avenue side, that's Fifth Avenue.
Just so you understand, so you have a fence right now that goes all around behind the
Right.
sidewalk around.
Absolutely.
That's not permitted in the current code, right? So if you didn't have that fence today,
But it was be like this. What happened when we bought the house, we just noticed after a few days that some people came during the night going to the pool. So, and the pool was not clean, you know, because it was not maintained. So we took a very quick decision to close because the fence was rotten, was broken. It was big opening.
but say less for right now. Let's assume it's been there forever.
Okay.
Right? You wouldn't be allowed to put it today, right? So it's there. I don't know how it got there. I don't want to know, but it's
Okay.
there.
Okay,
Right? If you're adding a new fence around the back, which is what you're proposing, that new fence would have to comply with the current code,
okay.
right? And that current code would not allow you to extend that new fence all the way to the sidewalk or all the way to the
If that-
corners of the property, the way that you're showing.
But the one, there is a chain links that we can replace in the future?
No.
No, that's so if
Oh,
it ever
no.
comes down, you would never be able to put that back up the way that it is. You would have to comply with the current
So
configuration.
no fence on the front in the
You're
street?
not permitted to have fences in the front of the house.
I didn't know that.
Now, corner lots are more complicated about the rules and
Okay.
Gage will kind of
Thanks.
articulate it. But that's why he's saying that this part where you want to add new fence on the back can't come all the way out to meet that existing chain link fence. It's not permitted.
Ah,
So
okay.
you would have to stop it as he was beginning to explain where and how far.
So to make something better look, no. Because I like, you know, it's
Yeah,
about.
again, better look for the village would be take that fence out and not have a fence.
Not have a chain link at all, yeah.
Oh, okay. But it can stay since you were there before.
Exactly. If it's always been there, that's a different story, right? But the minute it comes down, if the wind blows it down. if
It's
it
good you
blows
tell me.
It
Okay.
it wouldn't be able to go back up the way. it is.
All right, okay, okay, so sorry, I don't know. You know, right now I took a general contractor, so he applied because we were in France in the last 2 weeks. And so from now on, the guy is gonna do, because I don't know, for me, it was emergency repair, that's it.
Has this been done or is this proposed?
I don't know. I
What's in green?
think he was talking about what's in the front of the house, not this new fence, but
But you just said something about putting something up because some people got into the pool?
Sorry?
Have you done some work to the fence or is it, or
We
you're proposing?
renovate some part of the fence because it was, you know, we just protect that no entrance on the back of the yard. But
Yeah.
I was also looking if we could replace the front fence, but I guess no. We cannot.
Yeah. So let's just take this 2 steps at a time or 1 step at a time. 2 steps. So the side facing 119th Street, the fence cannot come towards the front of the street from the corner of the house.
Okay.
So you'd have to stop this wood fence at the corner of the house.
Okay.
So you wouldn't be able to bring it all the way out, okay?
All right.
So right now, the way you have it drawn, you wouldn't be able to do it on that side. If on the other side, you would actually allowed to be able to bring the wood fence up to 15 feet. No, 6 feet, right? 7 feet to the property line. Okay, so you would actually be able to set it back
On the street side.
On the
on the
one,
on the Fifth Avenue side.
which, but his entry, your entry is on
119.
119.
There is two, on the back, there is a,
The main entry, because your address is 119,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's your main entry.
yes.
So it's which would be allowed to extend on the 119th or on the Fifth Avenue side?
It would be the Fifth Avenue side. So the Fifth Avenue side, you would be allowed to come up to 7 feet to the property line, not up to the property line the way you have it.
Right now, it's at.
It's, so you would have to stop the wood fence if it's 6 feet high, you'd have to stop it 7 feet back from the property line.
So
Okay.
meaning we don't.
But then there's another part of the code that kicks in that says that all that fencing on that one side has to be of the same material. So you're now bringing out a wood fence to tie it into the existing chain link fence, which is non-compliant. It's like a,
It's a can of worms. Let's put it that way.
It was
Uh.
like this before.
um,
We don't install anything. It was like this before. It was just
Yeah.
a repair.
I mean, the safest thing that you probably could do right now is you would be able to stop the fence at the corner of the house on 119th Street side, and then stop the fence at the corner of the garage, it looks like, on 105th, on the Fifth Avenue side. And then maintain the existing chain link that's there until until it has to be changed at some point.
The wood fence is stopped at the house, but then there is a chain link that it was also before from the surrounding, you know?
Yes, sir.
On the
So-
119 and the Fifth Street.
Yeah, so if that garage, I think that's a garage there. If you stopped it on that side at the corner and then maintain the chain link the way it is, you would be able to maintain that chain link fence until there's a point where like Ed said, it falls down or something has to be changed. But you wouldn't be able to bring it out and then have wood fence, and then have it convert into chain link fence, because then you have two different fencing materials in the side front. I know it's confusing, but it's
Another aspect of the code,
Okay.
for fences, you have to have a continuous material. Can't have a mix of chain link and then wood, and so right now, since that existing fence in the front is chain link, now you want to do a nice new wood fence on the back.
It was like that.
They can't.
It
No, I
was.
know, but once you start making changes, then all these rules apply, right?
Okay.
So if you want to do a new wood fence along the back, can't come out to meet that chain link fence. 'cause
So
then
we're
the
gonna
code would
leave an
say-
opening to the
the
pool?
Code would say everything has to be the same, take out the chain link.
Yeah, but you're gonna leave an opening to the pool, so it's very dangerous.
Well, what he's suggesting is bringing it, yeah, I don't know, Gage, because you're saying stop the side fence at the garage.
When
which
you have a
is
big opening.
27 feet back.
Yeah, but then you're not proposing to carry that across.
Across where? Or to that?
What
to the
what he's
structure?
getting at is securing the pool.
Oh, yeah, so then return it back to the garage structure in that, how many feet that is? 10 feet, 10.59.
Yeah, but
Feet.
then
It's gonna be open.
is he keeping this 20-foot plus section?
The one that's 27.19,
Yes, is he on the side? Is he keeping something there?
he would have to,
Chain link.
the chain link. If it's there and it's existing and he doesn't take it down, then he would be able to maintain it.
I don't see the picture, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, this is your drawing. I'm just trying to understand what the chairman is suggesting you might be able to do temporarily until that fence falls.
I mean, if they brought the wood fence and then brought it to the front of the corner of the house on the 19th Street side, returned it, and then return it from that corner on the Fifth Avenue side,
Yeah, sorry.
Basically suggesting that this is something the board could potentially consider, which is, instead of bringing this new wood fence all the way to this corner, which wouldn't be permitted in today's code, right? You have to stop back here 7 feet away. Maybe stop it here, return it to the garage. Yeah, but then anybody can. Yeah, but you've got chain link here. Okay, because we assumed that you had chain link along the side before. Well, this has always been wood.
Where?
Where he's showing green. say.
Yeah, it's wood, that, those back two edges are, those back two are wood, and then only this front edge
I know, just
is chain.
careful what you wish for, because pretty soon you'll have to remove that front fence is what we're getting at, right? So we're trying to
I
ease
mean,
you into this.
Problem is technically that violates the whole attractive nuisance. Would be the full, chain link fence unit, but, like, the gates closed. I thought that part of that whole health thing is if you can see, if a little kid can see and climb a fence, climb a 3-foot fence, that can visually be able to see a pool, then.
I don't think I've ever heard that before. Like,
Is that what we were?
really not being able to see a pool?
I've never heard anything with.
No,
anything
not,
I've seen.
Never heard of not being able to
Not-
see a pool.
not visually, but that if you're, but the pool height, right, when you're looking at it is then different. If you're counting that fence as a pool fence. then
Having a
from
side by-
outside it's supposed to be higher.
Here's the bottom line for us, right? If there's nothing here, you're telling us today, the wood fence that's
I'm not
down is
following.
rotten or no good.
Like.
When you put a new fence, you are not allowed to bring it here.
Fence height.
Code will make you stop 7 feet away.
Perspective of a pool is higher than what that-
That's the dilemma. Or, but so what we would say is you can't, so here's the problem. We would say, no, you can't do that. You can't leave your pool unfenced. So then you have to basically put in. This is what the code would allow you to do, the current code. You're allowed to come only on this corner of the house, by the way. It's not, I don't want you to do anything. What we're telling you is what the code allows you to do. The code, you're not cutting land, right? You're still your land, but you're not allowed to fence out to the street. It's just not permitted in the village. So none of this fencing is permitted. This fence would have to stop at the corner of your house here on the 119 side. This fence is allowed to go out from the corner towards the street, but it has to stop 7 feet away if you want a 6-foot tall fence. Or it's 5 feet
7 back, 7 for 6.
and then
5 feet's 5.
but then 5 to 5 and 4 to 3. The lower the fence, you can get to the closest 3 feet from the property. Still can't bring it to the property. If you did a 4-foot fence, you could bring it 3 feet from the property.
Okay.
That's I just didn't use.
Where would you remove steps?
Communicate.
Uh-huh. I'm not sure what you put there. So you can do a wood fence at this 3 feet from your property line, but it can only be 4 feet tall. Well, you can have a, what do you mean? You can have a gate, those. You have an illegal chain link gate, yes, currently. But what we're telling you is, again, this is just a dilemma. If you cannot put a new fence all the way to that corner, it's just not permitted. Meaning that if you're in that dilemma, what you then probably have to do is come into conformance with the current code, which is remove the chain link fence and put a new wood fence that meets the current standards. That's the option. It can be 6 feet tall, but then it has to be 7 feet away from the property line. No. But I don't know what I'm not sure what you mean by cut your land in two.
If I put a fence, say here in the middle, I cannot have all the parking spot inside here in front of the.
Okay, but
I
that's
cannot-
a luxury that you have. You don't have to come out this far. You can put your fence all the way back here. No one's telling you have to come out to the full extent. You can put your fence here. And then you're parking outside of your fence. And now your pool is fully secure. Everyone in the village's fence is inside their land. My fence is 50 feet from Griffin Boulevard. Anyone that has a house, their fences are at the sides of the house, which divides their front yard from their backyard. That's just the nature of a fence. So nobody's allowed to have fences all the way to the front of their property.
At the corner of the garage and put it.
No, I don't want you to do that. What we're telling you is the code permits you only when you put a new fence to bring it to here. That you have a dilemma now, which is that your pool is not secured. And the solution to that is to, because when you replace something that's non-conforming, that is not conforming to the code, you have to bring it into conformance. Doesn't matter whether it's a fence, driveway, carport, the house itself. If you have a house that's not properly set back and you demolish it, when you rebuild it, you can't put it back to the legal setback. It's just how, land development codes work. So you have a fence that's non-conforming, you want to replace it, and once you do, the current code rules apply. So your best bet is to, if you don't want to put the fence in the middle of your parking area, which I understand, you can put it all the way back here. And then your pool is completely secure. You're not bifurcating your driveway. No, your fence. Yeah, but okay, but your pool is secure. Yeah, just like everyone else in the village does. For the corner of their house, no one has a fence to their neighbor. They could have a hedge, they could have some plants, but drive around. No one has fences on the side of their property up to the street. Everyone's shares their front yard with their neighbor. Just the nature of the village's code, right? Even go to your next neighbor. There's a house here, there's a house here. They don't have a fence that divides their yards. They don't. Actually, the one next is a big construction fence and a temporary lot, but. So this solves your problem. Your fence complies.
You can have fences between your neighbors.
Your backyard, what we're discussing, your pool in your backyard is completely fenced. No, I'm saying that every other home in the village, between one home and the next home, their front yard does not have a fence separating this front yard from that front yard.
My neighbor's dog comes into my front yard when it gets out.
But not in the backyard.
Like
Not in the
everyone else in the village. I don't know. What about the dogs? Your neighbor's house, the neighbor, they all have the same problem. I'm not making, we're not, again. No one else in the village has a fence along the front. It's not legal. It's not allowed. You happen to have one, you got, grandfathered in, but the minute you start altering your fence, it's not permitted anymore. But you're not being treated any differently. Unfortunately, that's the way it works. This is just the nature
The
of-
other part too is that chain link fence that's on the front side. In order for Miami-Dade for it to be high enough to be safe for a residential swimming pool, it's supposed to be 48 inches. The chain link fence, I don't think is 48 inches. It's less than- So I'm saying that the problems don't even end just at Biscayne Park, it's with the county as well because of the height of the fence or the pool. What the county would say is that, yeah, it's supposed to be 48 inches, which is why sometimes you see people that have a lower fence and then they have those pool fences that go just around the outside of the pool that can go in and out. So if to kind of fast forward to the end, what I think Edward is saying, or what my thought would be is, I wouldn't touch it as it is unless when it either falls over on its own or you want to, that then you need to basically put the fence down behind the garage and put in front of the pool, and then the rest of that area becomes the front yard there. And if you want, you can leave the chain link fence up until the chain link fence falls over.
Well, where's this,
Every other resident.
where's this big opening on the side that he keeps referring to?
Sounds to me like where the green is drawn, where he wants to put it currently, potentially, I don't know, has a gap between the side yard fence on the north side and the chain link fence on the west side. So he's trying to close that gap, but again, he can't build a new fence up to the property line, so. But you have dogs, I have 2 dogs. I have a fence. That fence is my backyard. That fence goes from the side of my house to the side of property line, it doesn't go all the way out to the street. I don't get that
Here
right.
it's on the grass. See, on the grass here, it's not
Oh,
run.
I
But
understand.
if I close it, just around the pool, meaning that everything is open, you can go straight to the street. And you accident
But
or
you-
something.
Do you live in the home?
No.
Okay.
we live in, so
Okay,
just walk.
okay, so drive around, look right across from you on both sides, right across 119th, right across Fifth Ave. No one else has fences around the front. And everyone else has dogs and they figure it out. They have rear yards or they walk their dog on a leash or whatever. What we're trying to tell you is that fence is not
You know,
legal.
that's why I'm buying.
But
Then-
But next time, but before you buy a home, do your due diligence and read the zoning code because that fence is not permitted. It's there now, you can leave it. But if you want to do any alterations to the fence, all of a sudden now you have to,
but the code also does address the corner lots. He can incorporate a good size of his side
I
yard,
showed him and.
but it's gonna intersect the middle of his driveway. That's the
Yes,
thing.
exactly. So but you are fortunate more than the average person who has a normal home in a mid-block. Because the corner lot allows you to put this fence all the way out like I was showing you. You are allowed to put it all the way out to there and do this.
You can be a lot closer
You are
than
special.
any of the three of
Like,
us.
this guy right here, there's a house right here, right?
Up to 3 feet, it's only-
Yeah, but you see, I just want to show you, the house next door, imagine that's the house, right? He lives right next door to you. If he were to come and ask for a fence, he would not be allowed to go any closer to the street than that. All he can do is from the corner, his house faces Fifth. He can go from here to here. That's it. You, because you're on a corner, have this right to do this kind of bump out, which actually is, you know,
Well, I mean,
is
I'm
an
gonna leave the
advantage.
edge here, and then I'm gonna put a fence behind the edge. See my fence.
What I'm telling you is you are
No, no,
permitted,
I
yeah,
want to
you are
understand.
permitted on the on the Fifth Avenue side to extend the fence from the corner of the house all the way out to within 3 feet of your property line
At 4 feet.
at a 4-foot tall fence. You want a 5-foot tall fence, you would have to come back 5 feet. You want a 6-foot tall fence, you would have to come back 7 feet. The code gives you some
Can tell me
options.
Here, how much? 4 feet?
If you want to be as close as possible,
Yes.
4 feet tall, you have to be 3 feet away from your property line.
And they could go all the way along Fifth Avenue, all the way up to the front corner of the house. I mean, they could enclose a substantial amount of their property with a
Yeah.
fence.
Well, I'm taking it to this corner here. I don't know if you're saying they could bring it to that corner.
Well, the corner that says 25.60, I think it is, the front corner of the house. That's the closest corner to the front, to the Fifth Avenue.
Actually, what he's saying is
You have the opportunity to enclose a substantial amount of property there,
actually close up to.
but it's just gonna cut through the middle of your driveway.
But again, do a 4-foot fence and you're only coming in 3 feet from the property line. It's barely gonna affect your driveway. That's really your approach. That's not really your driveway at that point. right?
No, but I don't touch the chain link here, so meaning.
No, this is, I'm giving you an option for one day when you're ready,
Oh.
when you're ready to tear all that chain link fence out, one day in the future.
Oh.
Then
so
this is
if
the
I want it
new
here,
fence that you'd be allowed to build.
And I can do a door here.
Yeah, you can do a gate. Yeah, you can do gates or driveway gate or double, swing gates, whatever you want. So this could be 4 feet tall, but it have to be 3 feet away from the property. You really want a 6-foot tall fence? No problem, but you gotta come back a little further. Now you're starting to get into the way of your driveway.
You're the one, the head.
So if you don't wanna do any of this now, leave your chain link fence, but one day, when you're ready, this is what you can do. And this one will stop here, right? At the corner of your house.
So right back and leave the chain.
Right now, you can leave the chain link.
So are we gonna withdraw this?
Yeah, so basically, we can't approve what you presented, so we have to just withdraw the application, or we could deny it, but meaning we have to either you voluntarily remove this application for the green fence, because we can't approve it, or we can just vote on it, but then we get denied. Same difference to you.
Yeah, so we have to reapply another one.
Well, if you're gonna leave the chain link fence, then no, you don't have to do anything. One day in the future, when you want to do a new fence, yeah, you have to reapply.
Hmm.
And this is what you can,
He doesn't violate?
yeah. Tell him to look up the land use code. I mean, he may not know how, but there's thing called Muni Code.
Hold on, there's actually, what is the violation for? Oh, so this is actually, it's an after the fact, so it's already, the work's already been done. Right, okay,
Well, that's another story.
it's a whole nother story.
It sounds like you have received a violation because you built the fence without a permit.
No, it wasn't, because when you can say, look, I show you the other. Right. You have to go because you got some people.
So, yeah, so again, sometimes when you build something without a permit, you can come here and get an after the fact permit. Unfortunately, that we can't approve, so now you're gonna have to work it out with code and the building department, you're probably gonna have to remove that part that you build. And I don't know, now your pool's not secure, so. Seems to me like you're probably gonna have to bite the bullet and do a new fence that meets current code, remove the chain link fence and all that good stuff. That's your decision.
But the way it's drawn now, unfortunately, we
Yeah,
gotta.
so for
take a
now,
motion.
I'll make a motion to deny as it's currently requested.
Second.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we don't deal with that part, so.
But you're gonna have to work out a way of, since it's already been done, of how do you revise it to come into current code? Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long the code violation, if it's come before code enforcement already? Compliance, they call it. And so it hasn't even been brought up to the code compliance board yet.
So you'll end up having a hearing with a different board that deals with code violations. Not with us, with a different board. The code,
I mean, it will eventually come back to us when they tell you what you
Yeah,
can, you
yes.
can do.
Yeah. I don't know.
So what's the next step is usually they go, it'll be put on code enforcement. And you'll,
So I think-
when it goes to code enforcement, they're gonna say, did you go to P and Z? And P and Z is gonna say
Code enforcement for different people,
it was denied.
understand what the violation is and how you solve
I have a motion, I have a second, all in favor, say aye. Okay. Motion deny was approved. Thank you.
it. Good luck.
All right, did, 750 Northeast 113th? No? Oh, you came in? Okay, so 6B came in. 750 Northeast 113th? Is that it? Nope, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Pergola.
6B, 750 Northeast 113th Street, aluminum pergola.
Yes.
Okay. A 40% lot coverage.
Patio.
Yeah, it doesn't change.
I don't
the
s-
term.
I don't see it on the survey,
The last, there's
There's a
another
drawing,
survey,
18.
second to last.
Page 18.
page 18.
Not bad.
Okay, so it's smack dab in the back, 19 to 11 to one side, 34 to the other, 41 to the back. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carried. Thank you. All right, 6C, 890 Northeast 117th Street? Nope. Okay, so 6D, 930 Northeast 121st Street. Metal re-roof, Quattro Developers. .515 slope. Bronze is the color.
Yeah, it's got the diagram on 34.
Page 34.
What's the,
Is there a picture of the house that we can confirm the?
what's the marigold paint chip for?
That is
All the-
that's the color of the house. It's like a terracotta.
You're just
Color.
giving it for reference, but it's not, you're not asking to paint the house.
No, the house has been,
37, there's a 38, rather, is a photo of the house.
Oh, 12, 6, okay, they got an 8-inch fascia. Yeah,
Motion to approve.
Second.
right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries, so
Thank you.
you're good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah. thanks for Hanging out for the tutorial on corner lot fences, but.
Okay. 6E is the next one, 1035 Northeast. I think it's this gentleman here, Northeast on 19th Street, metal roof, re-roof. Calvo Canelas. Ah, okay.
Tardes.
Metal roof application, so he may
Sí.
need you.
Okay.
Always
I don't know
issues.
if I can
Always,
answer all the
always
technical
issues with
questions,
metal
but I'll
roof
do my best.
application.
So it's white, Blanco, it's fine, it's good, it's a good thing. Sorry.
Doesn't have the overhang. Like,
You, do you have the from the last approval one?
So in the village hall, there's a little paper hand, probably on the website too, it's a little handout. 2-page handout, explains the rules of metal
Look,
roofs.
look at the last one, yeah.
So if you want to do a metal roof, homeowner like you, they have to have a certain minimum overhang depending on the slope of the roof. So if they have 3 to 4-inch to 12-inch slope, the roofer will know what that means. You need to have 18-inch overhang around the whole perimeter. If they do a greater than 4 to 12 slope, then they just need to have a minimum 12-inch overhang. And then we ask them to fill it in. So this person has actually typed in, so people can't write it, but they wrote what the slope was, the fascia, what the overhang is. He's missing this diagram. So anytime we get a metal roof application, we need to see this sheet.
Huh? Did they?
It also asks for the color, you can write in. His application has the color, but you can write it here. But you'd have to download it from the. I think it's on the web,
Yeah.
pretty sure. For sure,
the
it's,
PDF that,
you can grab it from the building, but.
Hold on. I actually think we actually have it.
wait,
I think they might have submitted it.
She's checking to see if it's in the system.
But it says, but it actually doesn't. Say nope.
Yeah, so that's the problem, he doesn't have.
Pero le podemos agregar un 2x6, un tablón de 2x6. Put it to 6 this.
He would have to be able to grow it 12 inches.
yes.
Yeah, he doesn't have the
But
overhang.
he actually has, he says, none.
Yeah, he does none. So he's asking if he can extend it, which he can, but he'd have to extend it 12 inches. Yeah. And he has pictures. though. Yeah, so if he would want, if the homeowner would want to put a metal roof on this home that he's applying, it looks like right now they have no overhang. The edge of the house, yeah, at least 1 foot and maybe 18 inches because it depends on the slope.
Let me look at,
That's usually very, very challenging. So we have lots of, that's why I said it might be good that you're here, because lots of people come with, want to do a metal roof. They have no overhang and it's really almost, it's cost prohibitive. Yeah, it's almost cost prohibitive to create that overhang if you don't already have it.
Entonces ahora tengo que sacarle un pie.
Correcto, 1 foot o 18 pulgadas dependiendo del ángulo del rostro.
Y tendría que agregar la línea de la prosa,
Sí.
sacar la prosa 2x6, 2x8.
Yeah, basically,
La prosa no removemos, sino que la prosa no
Ah, o
removemos.
sea, bajarla.
Sí, agregarle,
Extend, yeah.
extend.
yeah, it can be done. It's just not cheap, right? So most homeowners say, you know what, I'll just stick with tile and put another concrete tile before I'm gonna spend the money on it. But up to the
Que
homeowner.
hable con dueño de la casa a ver si lo quiere hacer, ¿no? Pero
Sí, no,
tiene que ser
sí.
Yeah, it's up to the homeowner.
So for now, we'll just table it.
table it.
Yeah, so tell them we're not gonna vote to approve or deny, we're just gonna put it on hold.
Lo vamos a poner en pausa, lo vamos a estar primera casa y decide qué va a hacer.
Okay, so for further clarification, when are you putting it on hold to the next meeting or?
I mean, usually we just table it and if,
Back with more
yeah,
information.
yeah, we just table it indefinitely.
We're basically, yeah, until they decide what they want to do. Was that a motion?
Table 6E.
Second.
Okay, Ed, David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Right, motion carries. So we tabled it. So we're gonna wait to hear from you. Perfecto. Gracias.
Thank you for helping.
We'll go back up to the top of the agenda. I have the minutes from March 18th, 2024. They looked good. To me, unless you guys have any other. And we also have the minutes, corrected minutes from the March 4th, which were just, we took out the Edward Grun or Edward
I like that.
David Leva, whatever it was, that was.
So which one is approving?
The meeting, March 18th, 2024.
Yeah, no comments for me.
So motion to approve 4A.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries, so that's.
Need a motion to.
The other ones were just updating that we already voted to approve it. We just updated the minutes. All right, so next will be 5C, 665 Northeast 120th Street, shingle and flat re-roof, Mario Montero. They're just the ones that we approved, right?
Uh, 5F addition?
5C. 5C.
Oh, 5C. Sorry. You get to 5F, I'm confused. New construction.
Motion to approve. Colors and everything's all very.
Is this the one that, this is the one that, Jared came in last week? Was this it?
Shingle, so I'm confused. You're approving a shingle roof, Dave?
Well, oh, I just saw stuff for flat re-roof. I didn't see anything talking about.
I'm just, okay.
But is this the one that Jared was here last week, right?
Jared was here for a metal roof, no?
That was.
But it's the same address, 665 Northeast 120th, right?
Yeah, this is the one they were here for last week when I asked them to be upload, change the color from their color change.
She had like a bronze and a black. And then. So
So is it just that this shouldn't say shingle and flat re-roof?
I think it's titled incorrectly.
This application looks like it's just for the flat re-roof.
You are on time. So they want to do dark bronze. That's what I'm looking at, the last page 32, dark bronze. But the information on the, it should say metal and flat re-roof on the permit, or the agenda. Cross out the word shingle.
They did.
Yeah, I don't know that, this is not a metal roof color chart. This is a coating. So I don't think this has anything to do with the metal roof application. Looks like it's only for the flat roof.
We're your metal titan, metal on demand, premium paint finishes for beautiful long last performance.
I don't know if that's for, I don't know what that's painted for, but.
Says fluoropon 70% PVDF on aluminum.
So I don't understand because the color that was approved, which if you go back up to, oh, it's still the same thing.
Well, we did tell her.
It says charcoal gray or matte black. We don't want black. So we told her bronze and then she comes back with a color for dark bronze. So we're approving dark bronze metal roof.
Okay. You say so?
No, I'm just saying, I know what you're saying. This is not actually a metal roof chart, but they are still identifying it as dark bronze.
Yeah, just don't know what we're approving, because then there's like highlighted mansard brown and buckskin. Why?
I don't get it.
So, I mean, in our approving, can we specify that we're approving?
Yeah,
a
if,
metal roof?
yes, if this application is a metal roof color, but then where's the overhang where's all the other stuff that goes with this? If we're approving a metal roof. So,
But the thing is, it's something that we've already approved. I mean, if this is a metal roof that we've already approved, all they did was come in for a change of color last time.
yeah, but my problem is now there's more here than a change of color. There's. you know,
Can we look up the original permit? Oy,
Jared couldn't come tonight.
okay, so page 1, re-roof, okay. Page 2. Low slope, a metal panel. $312. Do we have an approved permit app on this? Permit number RO 23-60. We did. Okay, but on the February 26th meeting, is there the drawing that shows the overhangs in the fascia? Because that's what Ed is bringing up, is that it doesn't, we're not seeing the application for the metal roof that we approved. We assume that on February 26th, we actually must have looked at and seen this drawing, because we typically ask for these drawings every time we do a metal roof. Correct? Correct on that, guys?
I'm just, in general, I'm not sure what we're approving tonight. That's.
But when was the original?
What item are you?
Showing a tape measure, showing 21-inch overhang with a 6-inch fascia. There is a
Okay.
diagram that was approved.
The previously approved had all the goods that we need.
Yes.
Today it's flat
change it.
roof and color of the. So
Exactly.
motion to approve a dark bronze metal roof.
Thank you.
Second.
Yeah, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, and that was Ed David. Okay, so the metal color is approved, so. All right, perfect timing. So we got 5F 1008 Northeast 114th Street addition. Carlos Bedonia. Hello, sir.
Is that yours?
Yeah. 1008 Northeast 114th Street.
Yeah, that's what,
It says addition, but this is like a
That's-
house that we've already approved, so
that's what I said.
I don't
like
understand
10
why
minutes
it says
ago,
a-
which is the
addition.
plans are no addition. They're
like,
all
what's
new
the difference, sir? Change of windows. Okay. Okay,
Sent you to us for that.
okay.
Is it clouded? What
Thanks
you
for
changed?
coming in.
Clouded?
Yes.
What you changed? There, what elevation? is it? North, south, east, west? There's no elevation is clouded.
But it's a side window and it's a clearest, okay, hold on. So I'm looking at page 298 of 298.
Kitchen would be, yeah,
And you're lowering it?
west of it.
Okay, so if you look at page A-015, which is actually page number 297 of 298, I mean, the very last.
Yeah, that's
page.
clouded.
There, it is clouded. There's actually two of them clouded. It's one, there's a bunch of windows on top of each other, Carlos. Can you just come around here real quick? So upper, lower.
We're moving just the upper.
You're eliminating it or you're moving it?
No, it's moving it up
Okay,
about 6 inches.
okay, so, and then why is this clouded?
Just 10 away, 10 away. If we're doing both, same change, 10 away and.
This is 1008. I mean, this is not a window permit. This is, you're just doing this on the main. Are you coming, this is not your window permit. This is, you're just making you're making a change to the master permit. Okay. So it's right here. So it's just going up. So if you look at page number,
290,
what is that number?
A008. Yes, 290.
A008, yes. But then there was another thing. Okay, that's fine. So,
Motion to approve.
Second.
okay, David, Ed, Ed, David, all in favor say aye, aye. Motion carries, okay. And then he's also here for 5G 1065 Northeast 119th Street, revision, George Fermento. Good. That's your partner?
We want to talk to him.
Where's he? So it's the same thing, elevation of kitchen window, George Fermento. Okay,
These the mirror houses?
325 pages. What is that?
He said, oh, is this the mirror houses? No, they're.
I mean, even the CD sets are.
My favorite is when you thought they were bringing a third of the same.
Motion to approve.
Second. Yeah, it's stayed on YouTube forever.
All in favor say aye, aye.
Forgot for a moment, I was on a public board.
Yeah, it was Ed and David.
Luckily, we kept our PG-13 rating because there was only one F word, which that you're allowed. Beyond that, we were getting an R designation. We were gonna lose our monetization, all of our ads.
You're good, that was approved.
Alrighty.
All right,
Yeah,
thanks, sir.
I'm going.
Thanks, Carlos. All right, next will be 6C 890 Northeast 117th Street, replacement fence, Manny Lopez. Replace existing horizontal planks and board. Eight nine zero Northeast 117th.
The amount of applications we get for things on, like, you would think that there were more corner lots than big block lots in this village, because I've never seen so many, it's always corner lots that we get applications.
Well, there are some, there's a couple, I looked it up one time, and there's a couple of blocks that it's like, there's four corner lots and
lots.
2 lots in between the 4 corners.
If the whole village was comprised of those kinds of blocks, I would get it. but-
Replacement of a fence, Manny Lopez. So what about, so I'm looking at this,
I mean, it looks like he wants to bring it out to the property line on the whatever bottom side of this, on the
yeah,
Avenue.
I think we've seen this before. It seems so familiar, like we've maybe have seen this and denied it or before, or. But There's an issue with that. I think he wanted to come all the way up to like to the front of the house or something, if I remember correctly.
What's the?
But it's not even highlighted, so I'm not really sure.
Oh, it's circled, right? Our
Yeah,
Fence,
there's one circle that's in the back and then there's one on the other side that's on the west side of the property, it looks like.
which that one looks like it would be okay, right?
Yeah.
But
It's this other one that's, how close are they getting to that property line?
looks like to it. Issue.
And how high is this fence?
The address, this thing,
Replace existing horizontal planks board. And something tells me, I think it might actually be already after the fact.
This-
The fence is below the fence.
Ah,
Huh?
It's an after.
Says here that it's 8 feet.
Speaking of after the fact, when are we gonna see the chain link fence on Fifth Avenue and 121st? When is that coming before us?
I don't know.
I can't wait to meet the folks that thought that was acceptable.
Yeah. So this fence, whatever the height is, which I don't see a height anywhere, looks like it gets awfully close to the side property line on whatever avenue that is.
Yeah, I can't read it. Eighth or ninth.
So it can't be any closer than 3 feet. So right now it's drawn, it looks like it goes right up to the property line. So,
Second.
David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, motion to deny is approved.
But further notes, it's denied because it appears to go up to the property line. It's lacking any dimensions.
There's no
It's
height.
lacking materiality. It's lacking height specifications. So it's lacking
A lot of.
full gamut of information needed to approve a fence application.
We took
There
your
pro-
picture and we found you to be lacking.
Just want the homeowner to understand when you come back. A lot of stuff there.
All right, next will be 6F, 11221 Northeast 9th Avenue, installation of solar panel roof mounting systems, Marcello Fricciano. Darrell approved.
I mean, I finally got 3 feet of work in that last application and there was a wood fence behind a hedge. It almost looks like it might comply if they just drew it correctly. Hard to say. but-
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah,
here,
it's like,
and I was like,
almost looks like it probably is okay if they just dimension it. They probably don't know where the property line really is, so they don't know where the fence is with respect to the property line. But anyways, we moved on.
fairly small,
6F?
yeah, fairly small system.
Is that where we're on, Gage? 6F?
Yes.
We're on 6F, yeah. Why, hold on, what is this?
They own
What is this, it's,
Are they owned by two different people? Because why is it that they're just?
it's only on one side.
Yeah.
Why is the survey look like it's only on one side? It says adjacent house.
Yeah.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, that,
I mean, I suppose you could have a rental tenant in a duplex who was willing to spend the money on solar panels for their,
Why would they not put it across the back or it's all like jogged over on one side of the house and not the other side?
well, like, yeah, how did they get a property?
No, there's no way that they could get on a. Hold on, Why are they only putting it on one side? And would it be a rental person putting it on one side and not the other side?
that's what I said could be.
Do we allow solar on the front?
We can't, we can't stop it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we can stop
The harmonious
the
side.
harmonious side, but it doesn't make any sense. Why would you have it on one side of the front? It just,
No, it's not, I mean, it's one folio with one owner, that whole property.
The only
it is. You looked at property search?
Yeah, no, so what I would say is if they have really big trees on the other side, then that's why the solar people would say to them, hey, don't put any on the other side.
Well, are you
I
Googling?
mean, also, it could be that it's an owner who lives in one duplex unit, rents the other, and they're not interested in investing solar for the whole thing to pay electrical costs for the neighbor, for the rental or renter who's paying their own, right?
Yeah, but.
That's a very
Hey,
big hypothetical, right?
Yeah, but I could see that being a viable
But the way that,
explanation.
the way that it drops in, like the way that they're connected to each other, they could still be on other parts of. the roof.
Yeah,
Well, no, and that wouldn't explain,
it's one shared roof.
you own the home, yeah, you don't want to provide solar power to the rental unit, but it's your roof, the whole roof, so you would put the panels all over the roof and maybe only feed your unit, not the second unit, right?
But it's gonna look hideous to have it on just one quarter of the roof. If you want anything, put them all the way across the back.
Well, the only other thing is if the person is thinking about creating a second floor on the other side.
Weird. How about this? Motion to table for further information because the level of speculation here is incredible.
First of all, I don't understand this survey that shows half the building with half of the other saying adjacent house. There's no adjacent house. It's the same house. And my thing is if you're gonna do it all the way across one level, one fascia, either in the front or in the back, but don't just have it like literally, it would be like tiling one side of the house.
Yeah, I'm not good with it. So there are no trees that would cause any reasoning for why it should be off.
Let's just put like five solar panels on the left-hand side of the front of the house. I say we just deny it personally, but I'll, if you want to make that motion.
Motion to table pending clarification on positioning and potential repositioning.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
I will say that the electric bill for my house went from being in the low 800s a month to now it's like 260.
From the solar.
From my solar being turned off. Because what people I don't think realize is from a residential perspective, like thresholds are pretty low, but the stair price per kilowatt escalator is like, it's like a hockey stick. So,
The minute you.
yeah.
Six D. But, I mean, they should put it on, they should, see more this is definitely a harmonious thing when, let's just put all the solar panels on one side of your house, not spread them out. Okay, 6G, 11911 Northeast 12th Avenue tile re-roof.
Color is fine. Motion to approve.
All in favor, say aye. That was David Ed. Okay, our next meeting will be in 2 weeks. April 15th. Everybody good with that?
Yeah,
Tax day.
I think I'm gonna be out of town the end of April, but I don't think it affects.
Because our next meeting then would fall over until May 6th. All right, good? Okay. Any other topics you want to bring up?
I ran into SB today at,
Oh.
at North Miami and she said to say hi to all.
Oh, hey, SB.
Said if you wanted to come in and do a celebrity round today, I said that we could probably even swear you in as a fifth member.
All right, a motion to adjourn, please.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay,
Second.
Ed, David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, we're adjourned at 7:52.
I think